In the small Belgian village of Mortzil, where early mornings echo with the flutter of wings, one name shines above the rest: Tom van de Gever. Together with his father Marnik, Tom has built one of the most respected racing pigeon lofts in Europe. Their pigeons are not just birds, they are living athletes, bred from generations of champions, refined through precision, passion, and relentless pursuit of perfection. And among the stars of this remarkable loft, three names stand as legends: Finn, Ricky, and Tetsky. Finn, ring number BE15-4 211540, wasn't just another racer. He was a phenomenon. In 2016, Finn stunned the pigeon racing world, taking first provincial Tulle out of 1,591 pigeons with an incredible 17-minute lead. A performance so dominant that it's still spoken of with awe today. He didn't stop there. Finn claimed the first place in the zone among 2,761 pigeons and soared to ninth national against a massive field of over 7,000. And as if to prove it wasn't luck, Finn continued stacking results that only true champions achieve. First fastest from Vierzon in 2017, seventh provincial from 7,057 pigeons. First fastest from Le Souterrain in 2016, 12th national zone against 2,545 birds. And a long list of top 10 finishes from Bourges, Jarnac, Vierzon, and Châteauroux. Even in massive national competitions, he left his mark, finishing 1,049th, 2,023rd, 2,330th, 3,701st, and 4,632nd across national events. Finn was more than fast. He was fearless. The kind of bird that made rivals shake their heads in disbelief. And in the Van de Gever loft, he became a cornerstone of breeding, a father of champions, a bloodline that would define the next generation.
In 2017, I made my restart in the pigeon sport, and I decided to build my strain around one specific pigeon, Finn, and also, of course, his parents. So at the total auction in 2017, I was able to buy my Finn back in the auction, as well as the parents, and I told two of my best friends, Philippe de Maasneer and also my brother-in-law, Davy Nering, to buy at the auction the daughters of Finn, because the price would be good, and I thought in the future, when I have my Finn back, they will also be good with the daughters. So they, on my advice, they did it. So they bought it back for like €300 and €400. The one daughter with Philippe de Maasneer became the mother now in 2020 of the first national ace pigeon, the famous Phenom. And the other hen became the best breeding daughter, the best breeding hen of my brother-in-law, Davy Nering. So it was very good, nice story.
If Finn was the fire, Ricky was the foundation. Ring number BE13-4142684, Ricky is one of the most celebrated pigeons ever to leave the Van de Gever loft. Born in 2013, Ricky combined the best of heritage and performance. He came from the golden bloodlines of Rick Koels and Ruiseleden, descendants of the famous Dream pair. With those genes and Tom's skill, Ricky became both a brilliant racer and an extraordinary breeder. Since 2017, his offspring have dominated races under the KBDB, the Royal Belgian Pigeon Federation, claiming victories in national and international one-loft races. Ricky's influence reaches far beyond Belgium. His descendants compete and win all over the world. From Europe to Asia, the Ricky line has become a mark of quality and endurance. In Mortzil, Ricky isn't just remembered, he's revered. His pairing with other elite hens, especially Finn's daughters and the famous Tetske, shaped a dynasty that continues to write new chapters in the sport.
So my second base pigeon in the loft is Ricky. Ricky is related as well to Finn because the mother and himself are cousins. Ricky was my first national ace pigeon since I raced with the pigeons in 2014, and he was also very successful the years afterwards. So he was 3 years in a row in the top 6 in the PIPA ranking on the long distance races, and he also fly week after week, so 4 seasons in a row. So he did like every year like 8 or 9,000 kilometers that he won prize 1 out of 10. I won with him like all the important championships at that time. So yeah, it was really a very good pigeon, and now still in the breeding loft.
Then there's Tetske, ring number BE15-4184965, the queen of Mortzil. Where Finn brought speed and Ricky brought strength, Tetsky brought something rarer, stability and breeding excellence. She was born in 2015 and soon proved herself as a super breeder, producing winners that would go on to shine in both national and international races.
So another very important pigeon in my loft is Tetske. This hen was super in 2019. She flew 2 times the first provincial and 2 times the fastest of East Flanders. So that is the biggest province of Belgium. So 2 times the fastest of more than 6,500 pigeons. So normally a fancier would not raise this pigeon anymore the year after, but I decided to do it because I was thinking this pigeon can win a first national. So yeah, we take our chance. So we still drop her in the racing team in 2020, and I decided to put her on the first long distance race of the year, Brive. Yeah, at that day we were looking to the pigeons on the computer. We always look at Van den Ede because he's in front of us. So yeah, Van den Ede was superior that day. He got 3 pigeons very early. So, and then we have to count. So we counted like 7-8 minutes, and then she was here like 2 minutes later. So she was 6-7 minutes ahead of Van den Ede. So it was the fastest pigeon that day on Brive, and it was, yeah, for me, a super result. Yeah, it was like a story came true.
Many of her offspring became KBDB champions, high-ranking long-distance performers, and even 1 loft race finalists. Together, Ricky, Finn, and Tetsky formed the genetic heart of the Van de Gever loft, a perfect trio of performance, power, and precision. For Tom and Marnik, every feather tells a story, every race a test of breeding and belief, and every victory a moment of pride earned through years of work, care, and passion. But in late 2024, that pride was shaken by an event that stunned the entire pigeon racing world. It was the early hours of Friday, November 22nd, quiet, cold, and still. But in the dark corners of Mortzil, something unthinkable was unfolding. Between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., thieves crept through neighboring gardens, cutting fences and pulling up hedges to reach the heart of the Van de Gever breeding loft. Despite a modern alarm system, the criminals managed to enter through the roof, and what they took sent shockwaves through the pigeon racing community. They stole 5 of Tom and Marnik's most valuable breeders, including some of the most famous pigeons in Belgium. Finn, the champion himself. Ricky, the legendary breeder. Eye of Finn, Sister Finn, and others whose value is beyond measure. These weren't just birds, they were years of dedication, the heart of a bloodline, and living proof of a family's legacy. Police quickly launched an investigation, and CCTV footage captured the thieves clearly, seen placing the pigeons into plastic bags before disappearing into the night. The Oudenaarde-Zottegem police region began combing the area for leads, while Tom and Marnik offered a reward for any information leading to the recovery of their pigeons. Tom's words captured the heartbreak best. They didn't just take our birds. They took part of our life's work. The theft wasn't just a personal loss. It was a blow felt across the entire racing pigeon world. Online forums, clubs, and federations spread the news rapidly, uniting fans and breeders in support. And as the story spread, one message echoed everywhere: bring them home. Despite the heartbreak, Tom and Marnik did what true champions do. They rebuilt. Through careful breeding and relentless determination, they turned tragedy into motivation. And just months later, in 2025, they silenced every doubt with one of their greatest victories ever. The 2025 season began with quiet confidence. The loft in Mortzil was once again alive with rhythm, feathers glinting in the morning sun, eyes sharp, muscles ready. And soon the results spoke louder than words. In the national race from Tulle, covering 619 kilometers, the Van de Gever loft struck gold once again. Out of 5,889 yearlings, their champion, National Rita, ring number BE 24-4083430, soared to first national, and even more impressively, was the fastest of all 11,801 pigeons in the race. It was a comeback story worthy of history. Rita wasn't an unknown name. As a young bird with Christophe Delmoule, she had already shown her promise, first from Noyon against 1,808 pigeons and 55th National Argenton among 14,745. Generation after generation, the Finn line keeps producing excellence. It's not luck, it's legacy. And so, after loss came triumph, after theft came victory. And through it all, Tom and Marnik van de Gever proved once again that champions are not defined by what they lose, but by how they rise again. From Finn, Ricky, and Tetsky to National Rita and Magic All-Round Finn, the Van de Gever loft continues to soar higher than ever. Their story is not just about pigeons, it's about passion, resilience, and the unbreakable bond between humans and the birds they dedicate their lives to. This is the story of the champions of Mortzil, the story of Tom van de Gever and his legendary pigeons. Subscribe for more stories from the world of racing pigeons, where heritage, heart, and heroism take flight.